So we thought we'd take a look at just, how Americans are giving or have been giving recently. So joining us here with all the trends, Vincent J. Russo from the Russo Law Group. And it was, we've been, throughout COVID, we keep interviewing people and saying, we're feeling like everybody would maybe be holding back because everything was so uncertain. But you really found like 2020 was a pretty impressive year when it came to giving.
Yes, surprisingly. Just shows that people really do care and want to help. Yeah. And so we can pull up some statistics. I think we're going to do that today. And we can see that in 2020, $471 billion was donated. Those are dollars donated. So I thought about that. It's hard to understand $1 billion, right? So I thought about 1,000 buckets on a football field, and each one has $1 million in it. That's $1 billion. So okay. 470 billion is 47,000 buckets on a football field with $1 billion in each one. Now, if we could pull up the statistic again, the earlier one. Let's talk about individual giving, $324 billion. Wow. So that's a tremendous amount of giving.
Look at that. Most of that is coming from the little bit of those dollars you're saying that we put in those buckets.
Right.
That's really from the little bit of giving that we give.
That's right.
Individuals.
That's right. So I'd like to go back to the 1960s and President John Kennedy and just give a quote from John Kennedy, because I think this really sums it up for us as Americans. And he said, "The raising of extraordinarily large sums of money given voluntarily and freely by millions of our fellow Americans is a unique American tradition. Philanthropy, charity, giving freely and voluntarily, call it what you like, but it is truly a jewel of American tradition." And that jewel has held up through time.
Right.
And as Americans, we have made it part of who we are to give. And so amazing that giving went up in 2020 by over 5%, which was just fantastic.
And like I said, a time of such uncertainty. So where's most of the money going? How does it break down?
Okay, so let's look at those. Let's pull that up. 28% to religious organizations. So that's wonderful. Give to your parish, give to fulfill the mission of the church, 15% to education, 14% to human services, 12% to grant foundations, and 10% to public society benefits. So that's kind of the breakout of where the money is going.
And like you just said, so important to be giving to your parishes and to give to religious organizations or education. They need the money. Everybody needs the money.
Right, and you think about the arts, for example, and school programs, and families that need help because they have children with special needs. So these are all wonderful areas where we can give.
And it's so great. Okay, so we give so much money. We try to give what you can, but so many people out there are also giving of their time, which is so important. And you have pretty impressive numbers when it comes to volunteering.
Yes, it's mind-boggling, quite frankly. And it's all the little things that people do. And so it doesn't have to be the big extraordinary thing. It's the person who is a caregiver to a neighbor who maybe broke a hip and now is staying overnight. It's all those, someone making some jewelry and selling it at a fundraising event, or doing a walk. A walk for breast cancer, for example, that we had in October. So wonderful ways. So let's look at some. Let me share some statistics there. An estimated 25% of U.S. adults volunteered in 2017. That's 1 out of 4.
Right.
That's amazing. An estimated 8.8 billion hours, valued at $195 billion. It's just amazing. 77 million Americans, 30% of the American population volunteered their time, talent and energy in making a difference.
So important, and they are
Yeah.
making a difference. And you know, when you're helping somebody else, you're helping an organization you believe in, but really, when you volunteer, you help yourself.
Yeah,
Let's face it,
that's
because
right.
it is such a good feeling.
That's right. It's feeding your soul,
Yes,
right? Feeding your soul, and it's
it's a
you know,
win-win.
yes, it's the big win-win.
Yes.
It's really the big win-win, and it's following Jesus' commandment. You know, to love, you shall love your neighbor as yourself.
So today we're talking about, it is Giving Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody is encouraged to give to the charity of your choice.
Right.
But you're coming back on December 14th
Yes.
to talk about charitable giving.
Correct.
And what will we be learning then? Because, you know, as we want to give, you have some advice for us.
Sure. So not only the personal satisfaction of giving and making that difference, but the government also helps you by giving you a tax benefit.
See, I
And
knew
so-
you'd have the answer there. Always have the answer there.
So we're going to talk about taxes and how you can actually get a tax benefit from charitable giving. It's another incentive. It's the bonus.
It's another win-win.
Right. Right.
Okay, thank you. That's December 14th. You'll be back.
That's right.
Okay, so mark your calendars for that, everybody. Thanks again, Vincent.
My pleasure.